All right, you're good to go.
Okay, I will call the Mason Planning Commission for July to order. Please call the roll.
Mr. Hunterlaw,
Here.
Mr. McCurley,
Here.
Mr. Staton,
Here.
Mr. Kincaid,
Here.
Mr. Perrino.
Here.
Okay, the first item is the approval of the minutes from our June meeting.
I'll move approval of the minutes.
Second.
Motion, second, call the roll.
Mr. McCurley,
Yes.
Mr. Staton,
Yes.
Mr. Kincaid,
Yes.
Mr. Perrino,
Yes.
Mr. Hunterlaw.
Yes.
Okay, the first item, Avid Hotel, Kings Mill Square, final PUD and landscape plan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Hold on, I'm going to share my screen so I can pull up the graphics. All right, here we go. Mr. Rob Painter with RVP Engineering is requesting final development plan approval for the Avid Hotel. This hotel is located on Lot 2 of the Kings Mill Square PUD. The Planning Commission approved the overall final PUD for this project back in May, so it should look fairly familiar. It's right behind the BP gas station on 741, right next to I-71. The proposed hotel is just over 40,000 square feet in size and includes 95 rooms. It is 4 stories in height. This is a concept renderings of their prototype hotel. So this isn't exactly what the exterior looks like of the proposed hotel, but it does give a sense of the exterior design of it. The actual design is pretty much exactly the same, except that they are proposing 3 feet of masonry at the bottom, which isn't shown in this rendering. Based on that, the development's covenants restrictions do talk about that buildings should be designed with 4-sided architecture and constructed out of brick, stone, decorative concrete block, or integrally colored concrete. As you can see, the hotel is constructed out of ephes, the cream and the gray and the red that is shown in the graphic is all ephes, which is not consistent with these restrictions. So staff would recommend that Planning Commission require the applicant to incorporate additional masonry into each elevation of the proposed building in order to be consistent with the covenant's restrictions. This is also the first building in this PUD and will set the tone for the remaining 2 buildings. So we want to make sure that the requirements for the exterior on this one, we can replicate that in the future hotel and drive-through building. The site includes repurposement of existing parking on the site and new parking spaces along the south side and then in front of the new hotel. They are also proposing a walking path around the new detention facility behind the hotel and landscape screening around along the 71 frontage and along the sides of the hotel. They also have shown the sidewalk, the raised sidewalk that connects this parking lot to 741. That was a requirement of the overall final PUD. And they have incorporated additional landscape islands into the existing parking lot, which was also a requirement of the overall final PUD. So with that, staff recommends Planning Commission approve the final PUD and landscape plan for the Avid Hotel, subject to the applicant providing a lighting and signage plan for staff to review and approval that is consistent with the covenant's restrictions, to incorporate more masonry into the design of the building to complement the stone and base, the stone base, and to submit the final plat for the PUD that establishes the necessary access and utility easements for all properties in the proposed plan for review and approval. So let me know if you have any questions.
I have none. Does anybody have questions?
No questions.
Okay, is Mr. Painter here?
There doesn't appear to be any attendees.
No
I know
attendees.
Mr. Painter was on vacation this week, but one of his colleagues was, I shared the information with him and I think he was supposed to be on, but something must have happened.
Okay, when I read this, this is their covenants and restrictions for this PUD
Yes, that they agreed to.
that they agreed to. And if we would recommend this for approval, could we put in there that the building department and the applicant could work something out?
In terms of the additional masonry?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that's a good move, I think. And since it is the first building, I think it makes sense. So, any other comments, questions? Okay. We'll consider a motion.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion to approve PC 2020-017 FD-LP with staff recommendations.
Second.
Okay. Welcome, Don.
Thank you. I guess you're calling on me for a second. I'll give it to you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Sorry I was late, folks.
That's okay. Any other comments or questions? Okay, please call the roll.
Mr. Prince,
Yes.
Mr. Staton,
Yes.
Mr. Kincaid,
Yes.
Mr. Pareno,
Yes.
Mr. Hunterlaw,
Yes.
Mr. McCurley.
Yes.
Okay, the next item, Eggman Crossing Phase 1 dedication plan.
All right, sorry, my computer just turned off for a second, but I'm back.
You're just in time.
Yes. All right, let me do this again. Get my right paper. All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. Jason Reneker with Focus Engineering Design is requesting approval of a dedication plat for portions of State Route 42 that abuts the property at 33-9.
It's located in the city of Lebanon and is directly north of the Ambleside Meadows subdivision. You can see some of the lots from the Ambleside Meadows subdivision at the bottom of the screen. So the property that is surrounded in red is in the city of Lebanon, but part of their requirement was to dedicate the right-of-way, and part of that right-of-way is in Mason. So the area that they're dedicating that is in the city of Mason is in red, and that is approximately just under 1 acre. So with that, staff recommends approval of the dedication plat.
So this property doesn't physically touch the city of Lebanon, but it's city of Lebanon owned property?
I think it is City of Lebanon property. I think they have, it kind of stretches down that far.
Okay. Okay, any other questions? Anybody? Okay. I would entertain a motion.
I can make the motion to approve PC 2020-018 DP.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion. Second, please call the roll.
Mr. Staton,
Yes.
Mr. Kincaid,
Yes.
Mr. Pareno,
Yes.
Mr. Hunterlaw,
Yes.
Mr. McCurley,
Yes.
Mr. Prince.
Yes.
Okay, since we don't have any visitors to recognize,
I still don't see anybody on the line.
okay. Does anybody have any comments or questions?
No, sir.
Okay, could I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Okay, thank you. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
all.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.